Newcastle United owners are cooking. From discussing the secret details behind the controversial Qatar deal, to revealing Leroy Sane's massive response amid potential move to Newcastle, to unveiling the £25 million defender Newcastle are scouting in France, to Turkish wonderkid who rejected Newcastle United for Real Madrid now having second thoughts.
Come here, look at this. This stupid motherfucker's just begging to be got.
Plus, we'll also uncover the hidden developments regarding Ferran Torres' potential move to Newcastle. As per, join us as we discuss the latest Newcastle United news.
Let's go!
Starting off, Alexander Isak's camp will seek a move away next summer if Newcastle United do not qualify for the Champions League at the end of the season, according to Craig Hope and Sky Sports. His camp did not want to sign a contract extension because of an ambition to play in the elite European competition, and there are also emerging doubts over the speed of the project at the St. James Park club. Isak's representatives are hesitant to sign a contract extension, largely due to their ambition for him to compete in elite European competitions. There are growing concerns about the pace of Newcastle's progress under current management, which has influenced their decision-making. Newcastle engaged in preliminary talks with the Swedish international striker towards the end of last season, but there was a sense that both Isak and his camp were reluctant to commit to a long-term future with the club. Currently, Newcastle is not in active negotiations with Isak. Isak's performance has certainly caught the attention of other clubs, with an impressive record of 36 goals in 74 games since his arrival. If Newcastle fails to secure a top-4 finish, they may find it challenging to retain Isak. Barcelona is reportedly keeping an eye on his situation, considering him a key target should they miss out on signing Erling Braut Haaland from Manchester City. Arsenal is also known to admire Isak, indicating that interest from high-profile clubs could complicate matters for Newcastle. However, be it as it may, it's reported that Newcastle will be in a strong position if any club makes an approach, as he has over 3 years remaining on his existing contract, signed when he joined from Real Sociedad for £63 million in the summer of 2022. As the season progresses, Newcastle's ability to qualify for the Champions League will be crucial in determining Alexander Isak's future at the club. Should they fall short, the Magpies might face a difficult battle to retain their star striker amidst growing interest from top European teams. But what are your thoughts on the situation? Despite this situation, one thing we know is that one player who will not be going anywhere is Anthony Gordon, following the club's official announcement on his contract extension. Speaking after the official announcement, Anthony Gordon said, "I like living here, the team is very suited to me, and I'm here to win a trophy. The short story is we need to win a trophy. Winning a trophy here would be unbelievable because the fans have waited so long."
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Then moving on, Leroy Sane, the current Bayern Munich and former Manchester City winger, has expressed his astonishment at being linked to a club of Newcastle United's profile, according to reports from Germany. At just 28 years old, Sane remains an outstanding player, celebrated for his blistering pace and remarkable dribbling skills. With the prospect of being available for free next summer, he could be an enticing option for any team seeking to bolster their attacking options on the right flank. The German international, who has earned 65 caps for his country, is set to become a free agent next summer. On paper, he would seem like a perfect fit for Newcastle's right-wing dilemma, although a move to Tyneside appears unlikely. German publication Sportbild has reported on Sane's contract negotiations, stating that Bayern Munich has presented a new offer that involves a pay cut, as the club engages in a tense standoff with the player. Sane reportedly remarked that he is surprised by the speculation surrounding his potential transfer, as he considers himself above a club like Newcastle. He reportedly views joining a team in the Magpies category as not an option. Sportbild elaborated, stating that he, Sane, obviously believes he's of the level of pretty much guaranteed Champions League football and a title battle every season. While his perspective is understandable, it's interesting to note that neither Sportbild nor Sane seem to hold any particular grudge against Newcastle. This narrative appears to be largely speculative, given that his salary demands would be exorbitant and his attitude might not align with Eddie Howe's philosophy. It's worth acknowledging that Sane's assessment has merit. Newcastle is not yet a regular contender for major trophies and European competitions. Hopefully, by the time they reach that level, Sane will still be in action to witness the club's evolution firsthand. Then, on the same topic of wingers, several Premier League clubs are poised to make a push for Ferran Torres' return to England, contingent on the forward's willingness to leave Barcelona. As reported by Graham Bailey on TBR Football, Torres is a player that Premier League teams may consider targeting in 2025. Currently, he is not a guaranteed starter at Barcelona, leading to speculation about a potential transfer. However, clubs like Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Newcastle United will only pursue him if he expresses a desire to move. Under Hansi Flick, Torres has seen more playing time compared to his stint under Xavi, but he still struggles to secure a regular spot due to Rafinha's strong performances, including a hat-trick against Bayern Munich last week. For now, Torres appears content at Barcelona. He reportedly turned down a move in the summer, opting to remain with the Catalan giants. The Magpies remain interested in him, but their hopes hinge on his openness to a transfer. Arsenal also passed on the opportunity to sign Torres, as they doubted his commitment to leaving Barcelona during the summer window. Questions linger about his willingness to depart, which may deter potential suitors. His market value seems to have decreased from the £47 million Barcelona paid to acquire him from Manchester City. If Barcelona decides to sell, they could face a significant financial loss on the investment. Aston Villa recently made a tentative offer of around €15 million in anticipation of the January transfer window, but this could be rejected as Barcelona is reportedly seeking at least €25 million. This suggests that the Catalans are open to selling him at the right price, which would also alleviate some financial pressure on their wage bill. As the situation evolves, Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Newcastle United are likely to revisit their interest in Torres in 2025, potentially during the summer transfer window. Ultimately, any approach will depend on Torres' desire to return to the Premier League, making it a dynamic situation to watch as the season unfolds under Flick's management. Then, in another development, although the centre-back position is no longer the priority, Newcastle United is reportedly keeping an eye on RC Lens centre-back Abdukodir Khusanov, following his standout performances in League One, according to recent reports by Graham Bailey for TBR. The 20-year-old defender has attracted interest not only from Newcastle but also from Chelsea, Tottenham, and Brighton, all of whom have dispatched scouts to France this season to monitor his progress. Newcastle previously pursued Marc Guehi during the summer transfer window, but their efforts fell short due to Crystal Palace's hefty asking price of over £70 million. Since then, Dan Burn has excelled alongside Fabian Schär, and Sven Botman is expected to return in December, bolstering the defensive line. Despite this, Newcastle is actively seeking a young right-footed centre-back as a potential long-term replacement for Schär, who is out of contract next summer. Khusanov has made 6 starts in Lens's 8 league matches this season, contributing to the team's unbeaten run and helping them secure 5th place following last year's Champions League campaign. Standing at 6'1", he also brings international experience, having represented Uzbekistan 14 times. Khusanov is also a solid tackler of the ball and can time his challenges well to secure possession back for his team inside his half. He doesn't mind putting his foot through the ball when the opposition are on the offensive. He is tidy when distributing possession from the back based on his pass success rate of 89%, while averaging 46 passes per 90 minutes. The Uzbek talent has been a dominant presence when defending inside his half, as he's averaging 1.3 tackles, 2.8 interceptions, 5.5 clearances, 67% of aerial duels won, and 60% of all duels won per 90 minutes in League One. Interestingly, only one player has made more interceptions in League One this season than Abdukodir Khusanov. With a reported price tag of around £25 million, Khusanov could represent a more budget-friendly alternative to Guehi, making him an appealing option for Newcastle as they look to strengthen their squad. Then moving on, in the summer of 2023, Turkish sensation Arda Gular was reportedly considering several clubs, with Newcastle United among the front-runners. After an impressive Premier League season, fans were optimistic about the club's ability to attract top talent as they prepared for their first Champions League campaign in 2 decades. One of the most talked-about transfer stories was Newcastle's pursuit of Gular, the standout player from Fenerbahce. Enthusiasm grew as rumours suggested that the Magpies were close to securing his signature. Ultimately, Gular opted for a move to Real Madrid, but his journey at the Spanish club has not been smooth. Now 19, he has struggled to find consistent playing time, making his debut only in January after dealing with injury setbacks. While he has showcased glimpses of his potential in limited appearances, reports indicate that his lack of game time is causing him to reconsider his situation. Newcastle, along with Aston Villa and Tottenham, continues to monitor Gular's progress. Since his transfer to Madrid, Newcastle has been linked with him in every transfer window, with reports in July suggesting they were prepared to offer £67 million for the young talent. However, it seems unlikely that Madrid would part ways with him so soon after his arrival, especially without giving him a fair chance to demonstrate his abilities. Unless concerns arise regarding his development, Madrid is expected to retain Gular for the foreseeable future. While Gular remains an exceptional talent and a player Newcastle fans would love to see at St James Park, the prospect of securing him now appears to be more of a distant dream. Then moving on to Newcastle United's owners' eyeing controversial Qatar deal. So since their takeover in October 2021, Newcastle United's owners, the Saudi Public Investment Fund, PIF, have largely maintained a low profile within the Premier League governance landscape. They have often aligned with the league on key issues, particularly regarding financial regulations. However, recent developments suggest a shift in strategy. Notably, Newcastle provided testimony in support of Manchester City in their challenge against the Premier League's Associated Party Transaction, APT rules. This is significant, as the APT rules were implemented in direct response to PIF's acquisition of Newcastle, aimed at preventing inflated sponsorship deals. The Saudi Public Investment Fund has been a disruptive force in various sectors where they invest their wealth, and now it seems they are preparing to exert their financial influence within the Premier League in a different manner. Earlier this month, PIF was linked to a potential 10% investment in the London-based media company DAZN, valued at approximately £760 million. However, they quickly distanced themselves from these reports, likely due to concerns over conflicts of interest, as DAZN broadcasts Premier League matches. The motives behind this distancing may have become clearer with recent reports from The Telegraph, indicating that Saudi Public Investment Fund is now in preliminary discussions to acquire the Qatari state-funded broadcaster beIN Sports. Like DAZN, beIN is a significant media partner of the Premier League, investing hundreds of millions each season for broadcasting rights. This potential move could reshape geopolitical narratives, as the long-standing rivalry between Saudi Arabia and beIN was a key factor delaying the approval of Newcastle's takeover in 2021. Should Saudi public investment funds succeed in acquiring beIN, it would undoubtedly raise eyebrows among fans and rival club owners alike, especially amid ongoing discussions about perceived cartels within the Premier League. While there have been instances of blurred lines between media and club ownership, such as Manchester United's past association with Sky and Aston Villa's connection with Tyros, outright control of beIN would represent a significant escalation and likely attract regulatory scrutiny. This potential acquisition could spark another major controversy in the ongoing saga of Premier League dynamics, highlighting the intricate relationships between club ownership, media rights, and the league's governance. Then, in the most exciting development, if you would like to know the shocking things you won't believe about Alain Saint-Maximin, click the video link on screen now.